Have you ever faced a problem so overwhelming that you felt defeated before you even tried? Maybe your giant isn't a person. Maybe it's anxiety, fear, a painful diagnosis, financial pressure, a broken relationship, or the quiet voice that keeps telling you you'll never be enough. If you've ever stood in front of something that looked impossible, then you already understand part of David's story. For 40 days, a giant named Goliath stepped onto the battlefield. Every morning, he challenged the army of Israel. Every evening, he returned with the same question: "Who will fight me?" No one answered. King Saul was afraid. The soldiers were afraid. Every day they watched. Every day they retreated. Then David arrived. He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't there to fight. His father had simply set him to bring food to his brothers. But everything changed the moment David heard Goliath mocking the living God. The soldiers saw an unbeatable giant. David saw a challenge that God was bigger than. David told King Saul he would fight. Saul couldn't believe it. "You're only a boy." Goliath had spent his entire life preparing for war. David had spent his life caring for sheep. But David remembered something everyone else had forgotten. God had already been faithful. "When I protected my father's sheep, God helped me defeat both a lion and a bear. The same God who rescued me then will rescue me now." Saul offered David his armor. David tried it on. Then he took it off. It wasn't made for him. Instead, he picked up 5 smooth stones and his sling. As David walked toward Goliath, the giant laughed. "Am I a dog that you come to me with sticks?" But David wasn't intimidated. He said, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." Then David ran toward the giant. One stone left the sling. It struck Goliath in the forehead. The giant fell. Not because David was stronger, but because God was greater. Maybe today you're standing in front of your own giant. Maybe everyone around you believes it's impossible. Maybe fear has convinced you to stay where you are. Remember what David understood before anyone else did. The battle was never about the size of Goliath. It was about the size of David's faith. Fear tells you to run. Faith gives you the courage to take the next step. David wasn't fearless because he believed in himself. He was fearless because he believed in God. The same God who stood beside David still walks beside you today. Your giant may look impossible, but no problem is greater than the God who fights for his people. The giant in front of you does not decide your future. God does. If this story encouraged you, subscribe to Walk by Faith. Every week we bring the Bible to life through powerful stories that remind us God is always working, even in our darkest moments. Remember, God is still writing your story. Until next time, keep walking by faith.